Hello students, today we are going to start the next topic, that is economic importance of algae. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about the algal characters, general characters of algae we have completed. Now we will move towards the economic importance of the algae. So algae are very highly important. They are economically very important to the human being. Not only human being, even for the other organisms also, algae are very essential. Why? Because of the following reasons. So let us understand their economic importance one by one. First of all, some species of algae, they are consumed as a food material by the man. Even it is used as a, some members are used as a fodder for a cattle. The best example, that is Sargassum and Laminaria porphyra. So these three members, Sargassum, Laminaria, they are these two examples of algae found in the marine water, in the sea water. And this seafood is used by not only a man, even it is consumed by the cattle as a fodder it is. Okay. Next, there are some members of algae. They are called brown algae and red algae. Okay. Brown algae, that is Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae red algae. So, brown algae and red algae, they produce a large amount of hydrocolloids. Means, if you observe their structure means their morphology, there we can observe the hydrocolloids. What is the meaning of hydrocolloids? These members of algae produce large number of hydrocolloids, means they have water holding substances. They can hold water. So thus water holding substance, it is that is produced by the some members of algae, that is brown and red color algae. So the main significance is that the best example for the hydrocolloids, brown algae, red algae is that is algine. So algine is the best example. This is extracted that is from the brown algae. So brown algae example is algine. And kerazenon. Kerazenon is another example. So kerazenon red algae and brown algae algine. So these two are very important for the economically, means commercially they are very important. Algine, brown algae and kerazenon red algae. Okay, so these are the two members of the examples of a brown as well as red algae. Next, there is one chemical extracted from the agar. So agar is one substance obtained, extracted from the algae called Gracilaria and Giladium. Gracilaria, Giladium, they are extracted, from these members the agar substance is extracted, which is used in the laboratory for the preparation of the nutrient media. Suppose we want to grow any bacteria or any other culture medium, if you want to prepare, there we can make a nutrient media with the help of agar-agar. Even the bacteria can also be grown in the nutrient medium artificially. For the sake of preparation of the medium, here agar-agar is used. Okay. And not only that nutrient medium preparation, even they are also used in the preparation of ice cream, jellies, etc. Okay. So agar-agar is a very important example or a substance extracted from these Gracilaria and Giladium, used economically in the ice cream preparation and jellies because of their jelly substance. Because of their jelly-like substance, they are used in the ice cream preparation as well as jellies, and for the preparation of nutrient medium in the laboratory for artificial culturing. In addition to that, there are some examples: unicellular organisms, unicellular alga like chlorella. Chlorella is a unicellular alga, okay, and spirulina is also unicellular. So these two examples are very important from the nutritional point of view. Okay, they are very important from the nutritional point of view. Why? Because these two are, chlorella as well as spirulina, are containing rich amount of protein. So because of the rich amount of protein, these two are consumed by the air that is space traveler. Okay, so it is the best nutritional or protein supplement. It is used as a protein supplement by space traveler those who are space traveler, they make use of the tablets of spirulina as well as chlorella tablet they consume, and thus the nutritional requirement is met. Next, lastly, about 50%. See, above 50% of carbon dioxide, it is fixed by the members of algae. How it is fixed, do you know? Through the photosynthesis. Fixation means carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is absorbed by the algae and they carry the photosynthesis. That the carbon dioxide percentage is reduced, converted into glucose by process called photosynthesis. Thus, through the photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is fixed by the algal members. So, these are the most important economic importance of the algae. Okay, so this is very important question. It is going to become a question in the examination. Write the economic importance of algae. In addition to that, next, algae. Further classification of the algae we are going to learn. That is, algae is broadly classified into 3 groups. Depend on what basis the classification is done? On the basis of presence of pigment. Presence of pigment they contain. Algae are further divided into 3 categories. That is chlorophyce, phaeophyce, rhodophyce. Chlorophyce, green algae, phaeophyce, brown algae, rhodophyce containing red algae, red pigment. Thus, based on the presence of pigment they contain, algae are of 3 types. So, you are going to learn the features, characters of chlorophyceal, phaeophyceal, rhodophyceal members with an example. Okay. So, now we will only study some of the key points I wrote here, the key points of a chlorophyceal member. So, chlorophyceal members, they are also called as green algae. Why? Because they contain a green pigment, hence they are chlorophyceal member. And where they are found? Where they occur? They occur in a fresh water or marine water. Fresh water and marine water. Fresh water like river water, and then marine water means sea, ocean like that. So, they are not only found in a fresh water, they are also found in a marine water. With respect to their organization, structural organization, there are some forms which are unicellular like chlorella. Chlorella are unicellular form. Colonial form. Volvox is the best example for that is chlorophyceal member, colonial form. Then filamentous form, example is Spirogyra. Thus Volvox, Spirogyra, chlorella. These 3 are examples comes under chlorophyceal member. They are unicellular. Colonial form example Volvox and filamentous form example is Spirogyra. Next comes their pigment. What type of pigment they contain? Their pigment, the presence of green pigment. Especially again under green pigment there are some types, that is they contain chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, this gives the green color to the this member called chlorophyceal member. So chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. In addition to that, it's very important to understand the structure of the chloroplast. They contain, depending upon their shape, depending upon their different shape, the chloroplast may be of different varieties. For example, sometimes some members of chlorophyce contain discoid, oval shape. Then plate-like chloroplast. Then cup-shaped, spiral shape. For example, spiral-shaped chloroplast where we have observed in a Spirogyra. Similarly, where we observe cup-shaped chloroplast in a Chlamydomonas. Thus, plate-like, discoid, different types of varieties of structures of chloroplast we observe in the chlorophyceal member. So, these 2 are not given, but cup shape and spiral type are given in your reader. Next comes, they contain reserve food material. Usually plants contain reserve food material in the form of starch, but chlorophyceal member also store the reserve food material. The storage bodies are present in the chlorophyceal member. Best example is Spirogera. They contain spirinoids. The storage bodies are called as spirinoids because they contain starch as well as protein. They store abundant amount of protein as well as starch in the pyrenoids. Usually pyrenoids are found in the Spirogera. With reference to their cell wall, chlorophyll member contains cell wall. Of course, algal members, all algal members have cell wall, but the composition of cell wall here also it is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is composed of cellulose. Last and final, that is reproduction. How the chlorophyll members reproduce? They reproduce asexually as well as vegetatively. Asexually means that is by zoospore formation, asexual spore formation. Chlorophyll member reproduce by asexual spores called zoospores. Zoospores are flagellate, motile one. Similarly, they also reproduce by vegetative method, that is fragmentation. What is fragmentation? If a Spirogera, best example Spirogera. Spirogera, it is a long strip-like filamentous like. Each filament divide horizontally and give rise to number of fragments. And each fragment will give rise to new filament of the Spirogera. Thus, fragmentation example is Spirogera, and zoospore formation in case of Chlamydomonas, that is zoospore, flagella are there, and even sometimes they also reproduce by means of sexual. But here sexual reproduction is not well developed. Here maximum they reproduce by vegetative method, that is by fragmentation, and asexual by zoospore formation. These two are the methods of reproduction. Sexually is not developed here, well developed. Okay. So with this concept, we have completed the general characters of chlorophyll member. So in the next video, we will be learning about Phaeophyceae as well as Rhodophyceae general characters in detail. We will stop.